Hey, what's going on? It's Friday, and you are rolling solo with me. Hope everybody's having a good week and staying warm and ready to win some free food. So Amy's youngest daughter and fiance flew in from Colorado early part of this week, and they're all down in Clearwater Beach right now, hanging out, enjoying the beach life, doing whatever they're doing, having dinner down there. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of handing out the free food today. So I hope y'all are ready. First, I'm going to go over who we're playing for today. Kind of a funny glare coming off my head. It just shaved last night and it's kind of bright. This is the wrong cam. Okay, so all we have, because everybody won out of citrus last week, is Hernando and Pasco. But it's still good choices. First of all, down in Brooksville, we have Lorelei's Infusions. Really cool ice cream place down off of Broad Street, $25. And then we have two for Lake Lindsay Mall down in Brooksville. They're just on the other side of the county line. So, $25 a piece. Going to Lake Lindsay Mall. So, first of all, and you have to bear with me, I'm going to have to try to do all this with just my own two hands. I'm going to put these down and grab my eyeballs so I can read. So first of all, what we asked was, what was your favorite toy as a child? My favorite toy that I can remember was, I had a remote control RC car. It was awesome. That thing was so fast too. I remember ripping it up and down the road. I don't remember what happened to it. I probably wrecked it or something. I couldn't get another one, but that was my favorite toy as a kid. Amy wanted me to tell you that her favorite toy as a kid was she had a Matt Peller's Post doll that she used to play with and sleep with and all that stuff. So that was her favorite toy. But anyway, I'm going to get over here to everybody else's favorite toys that you entered for the drawing. So we'll put this bucket down. Melissa Burnett said she had an Easy Bake Oven. My oldest son wanted an Easy Bake Oven. I got him one. He loved it. He's in Hernando County. Mary Lou Schultz said a Click Chalk or Jax. That's cool. Greg Shandon said a Red Ryder baby gun. Man, I think hopefully we all boys had them growing up. I had mine. Let's see, Susan Healy, a plastic horse, silver and stout from the Lone Ranger. My plastic horse is silver and scout. Man, it's been a long day. Sorry, I've been out delivering paper. I'm a little tired. Her plastic horse is silver and scout from the Lone Rangers. She's from Citrus County. Judith Worthington said Dawn dolls. I don't know what those are, but I bet they were fun. She says Andy County's fine. Stacy Rockentine says Pogs and my rollerblades. She's from Citrus. Michelle Tressler Shanahan said Susie Sad Eyes. Wow, Susie Sad Eyes. She's from Citrus. Lionel Smith says anything I could get my hands on. LOL, playing for fun. You're a fan from the Highland County. Well, thank you, Viola. Steve Dangley. I love my Lincoln Logs and Legos. Lincoln Logs were so cool. I loved them. I live in a Lincoln Log now. Cabbage Patch Dolls. Stephanie Nister says Cabbage Patch Dolls. She says Andy County's fine. Bruce Titus says Tonka Yellow Dump Truck. Citrus. Or anywhere. Man, I had a Tonka dump truck, the metal one with the little plastic windows in it, and we beat the living tar out of that thing. I wish we hadn't, because I've learned about the value of those things. Man, you could darn near retire. Let's see, Jenna Markison says, my lineup scooter. Any county is good for her. Carol Pomerleau says, the Barbie Camper. She's out of Citrus. Roseanne Sabina says Cabbage Patch Kids. She says Annie. I always like the Garbage Pail Kids too. Diana Jones Murphy says Bionic Woman Doll. Bionic Woman Doll. I guess I missed that one. She's out of Citrus. Kathy Roof says Marvel the Mustang. Out of Citrus. Susan Nestle, my metal dollhouse. Wow. My mom had a metal dollhouse. Probably still does. It was up in the attic. That thing's pretty cool. Danny Bernard says Strawberry Shortcake Doll. Out of Citrus. Robert Webb, Aurora FXS Racing. Hernando. I used to have, I don't know if it's those little cars that run around on the track and you have the little gun. It's electric and they run around and race and all that. And I don't know if that's there or not, but I had one. They were fun. Looks like we have a slow connection. I hope this is working. Oh shoot, where was I? Okay, Taylor Marie says My American Girl Doll. Out of Citrus County. Sherry Netzel, My Buddy Doll. Another one out of Citrus. Kathy Tremmel, Hot Wheels. Out of Citrus. Pam Surak, Jump Rope. Man, that chick was into exercising, I guess, huh? We girls were serious about our jump ropes accomplishment during recess at school. And she says Annie County. Brandy Wernicke. I was an outside girl, or outside kid, LOL, so probably bike. And she says Annie County. Shannon Combat says Paper Dolls. Ah, that's cool. Annie County for Shannon. Ashley Anthony says My Bike. That was when times were different and we rode everywhere. And she says Annie County. Donna Harrigan says Baby Secret Doll. She whispered. Huh. I didn't have too many dolls. But she says Annie County. Heather Preston says Hot Wheels. With the entire garage and my Care Bears my mom had handmade for me. That's cool. Handmade toys are always some of the best. And she's out of Citrus County. Aaron Preston says Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Man, those were cool. I didn't have them, but they were cool. Candida Linfrey says any county, and I love my bicycle. Susan Stalker says her bike. Andy County is good for her. Tim Harrison says Stretch Armstrong. Another Annie County. Devin Hallows said a wooden plane. That's cool. Out of Citrus County. Tim Wins. It was my Cabbage Patch Doll. Out of Citrus County. Hallows Brett. Care Bears. Out of Citrus. Danielle May Sullivan. My bike. I rode that thing all over Zenmar Village in Floral City growing up. She's out of Citrus County. Fashion, Nom de Plume says, fashion plates by far. I love creating different outfits. I don't know what that is either, but that sounds cool. She says Citrus or Annie County. Jason Matson, Pogo Ball. That was a good way to break your nose. Out of Citrus County. Kirsten Cannon says, love playing on the old Sega. Wow, video games. I don't know if they still make that anymore. She's out of Hernando County. Terry Peters, showing my age, but Mrs. Beasley Doll. Yeah, I don't know who that is either. So, but Terry's out of Citrus County. Justine Walla. Popless? I don't know what that is either, but I hope you enjoyed it. And then we got, last but not least, we got Michelle Mars, my portable TV. She says Annie County. So we'll wait and read off the sponsor for this week's Free Food Friday when we're all done. So I got my bucket here, and I got a list for a handful of names that are ready to play. See if I can do this without dropping everything. We got Justine Walla, citrus. Michelle Mars, Annie. Terry Peters, citrus. Kristen Cannon, Hernando. Jason Madsen, citrus. Nom de Plume, Annie. Danielle May Sullivan, citrus. Adrian Hallows, citrus. Kim Wins, citrus. Devin Hallows, citrus. Tim Harrison, Annie. Susan Stalker, citrus. Candida Lynn Fry, Annie. Aaron Preston, citrus. Heather Preston, citrus. Dan Harrigan, Annie. Ashley Anthony, Annie. Shannon Combast, Annie. Brandy Wernicke, Annie. Sherry Netzel, citrus. Hey, Nom de Plume, hey, happy Friday to you too. I see Leland Ship says AFX cars. What about AFX cars, Leland? Maybe I missed the last thing he said. I don't know. Pam Surek says Annie. Kathy Tremmel says citrus. Taylor Marie, citrus. Robert Webb, Annie. We got Danny Bernard for citrus. Here we go. Get the little lid on here. Get these things out the way. It's kind of funny, these dogs are nice and quiet and chill. I told them to lay down. And Amy's not here. They live and thrive off of her energy. And when I told them to lay down, they did just that, and they haven't moved. They're looking at me like, can we get up yet? And I said, no, you can't. We're going to give away 3 gift cards today. This is it for January. Next month we'll have a whole new handful of restaurants to give away and a whole new group of people to give them to. Hopefully. So here we go. Let's see, who's going to be the first one? Dealership says, you were saying you like them, running them around the track with the handheld controllers. Yeah. So I guess I did have one of those. I didn't know what they were called, but yeah. And Nom de Plume says, nothing dropped. Nice work. Yeah, I had both hands on it. Right. Do one of these. Okay, number 1. Terry Peters. No one tried to jump out. Danielle May Sullivan. I'm sorry. That one did jump out, but I got it. We'll put it back in there. Maybe not shake it up so hard. Alrighty. Last one here. Kim wins. Alrighty, so I'll go ahead and do the drawing now. If any of these restaurants don't fit your destination area, if it's too far or whatever, just you could forfeit your win. You can pay it forward, and we'll give it away next week, like always. So the first one here, we got Terry Peters. Let's see where you're going, Terry. Yeah, Lake Lindsay Mall or Lorelei's Infusions. Lake Lindsay Mall. All right, Danielle May Sullivan. See where you're going to eat. You're also going to Lake Lindsay Mall. And then the last one's going to be going ice cream at Lorelei's Infusions out in Brooksville. It's just down the road from Lake Lindsay Mall. So maybe you go get you a sandwich there and then you go get you some ice cream when you're done. Nice work, Kim Wings. You're going to get some ice cream. So a little bit about this week's sponsor. La Pergola. Like the granddaddy who started this whole thing. La Pergola, Pablo, up there in Hernando, which he has 2 locations. One up in Hernando, right over 41 and 200 split, and then one down here in Inverness on the square. So today's Free Food Friday drawing was brought to you by La Pergola with 2 locations, which I just told you. Let them treat your taste buds to some of the best Italian and Argentinian food in the area, and it is delicious. I've never been there and eaten and left disappointed. It is that good. Stop in and try one of their delicious, authentic pasta dishes, especially dishes, pizza, specialty dishes, pizza, or empanadas. Amazing. And yummy desserts. With a family atmosphere and a welcoming as the cuisine, you won't be disappointed with your visit to La Pergola. Hank? Visit them up in Hernando at Florida 2780 North Florida Avenue and at 108 West Main Street in Downtown Inverness. Those are the 2 addresses. They also have both of their locations on their ad in the Teller's Post. So now quick, I'll go ahead and see who's going to sponsor next week's Free Food Friday. The first one we have here is Island Outpost out in Ozella. And we got Mama's Country Cafe up in Inverness. And we have Argento's down in Port Richey. And Nam de Plume says, congrats, winners. That's awful nice of you, Nam. Alrighty, here we go. Who's it going to be this next Friday? Island Outpost out in Ozella. Cool. Man, if y'all haven't ever been out there, it's just a real pretty drive out there. And great food. You can keep on going past Ozella or past the Island Outpost and keep going all the way out to the coast. It's just a pretty place. But yeah, thank you guys for playing this week and for putting up with me running solo. I hope I hit all the marks. Amy will post a new question the first part of next week, and she'll put, it'll be pinned at the top of the page. And we ask that if you need any services or goods, that you look into the Peddler's Post. And while you're out and about, you hold on, the phone's ringing. This might be important. Never mind, it wasn't. Anyway, but if you're in need of a service or good, you think of them. And all of this was brought to us by our advertisers. Sorry, Amy's texting me. That's what I thought the phone was ringing about at the same time. Anyway, hope you all have a good weekend. And don't forget to tip your waitstaff while you're out and about. Stay warm. Cover up them outdoor pipes probably. Maybe throw something over some of the vegetation that you don't want to freeze. and we will see you on Monday. Hope you all are good. We'll talk to you later. Bye.